Welcome. Happy Monday, January 30th, last Monday of January 2023. Did you know that we're going to see 12/31/23. If you look at it, it's 123, 123. I know I'm throwing my geek out. I apologize. Let me share my screen with you and get this thing going. Today, we're talking about we're going to get into the market and what I saw this weekend. I was crazy busy this weekend. I I was looking at my microphone and I moved it back up to my monitor. Apologize. And I apologize for it being so late. Typically I have it around 9 o'clock, but my workout partner couldn't show up. I started going to the gym and I ended up doing 2 hours and winds up I actually have to do a hike today around 5:30. So did legs today, so it's going to be a really tough day. I'm probably going to go to bed early, but this weekend it was crazy. I went from 9 o'clock till about 4:30 showing houses up in the mountains. Beautiful up there. Saw some really weird ones, but yeah. So let's take a look at the numbers here. This is a snapshot of the average prices for the entire Bay Area. When I say Bay Area, this is what it looks like. These are all the little counties that we're tracking right here. I don't do Santa Cruz. I don't do Monterey, even though I do work in that area. These numbers are simply for the 9 or 10 different counties of the Bay Area. So I wanted to have this up here as a visual so you can kind of take a look. You know, we get so myopic, San Jose, Santa Clara, blah, blah, blah. But did you know that San Mateo is the most expensive place to live? You know, on Thursdays, I think, Thursdays we talk about the sales price of what's going on in our county. This is a more 800-foot view of what our entire Bay Area is doing. So I added these numbers here for you so you can see how the health of each county is doing. If you look, Santa Clara County is just a little bit low, but last week we were a little bit high based on the average cost of a home, single family home, nothing else, just single family home, not PUDs, not townhouses, not farms or ranches, single family homes. The average price of homes has gone down a little bit in San Mateo. That's not a bad thing because that was pretty daggone expensive, considering the fact that Santa Clara is 2.1. Marin County and San Francisco are next in line, and then Santa Clara. So we're the fourth most expensive county in the Bay Area. Just to put that into perspective, this is where all the money is, right? And it's common for us to see homes sell still over list price there, right? It's just a normal thing. It's okay. That's a normal thing. We're seeing that quite often. We're seeing it happen. And houses over there, they're not being hurt so much, right? So I wanted to talk about, is unemployment really a bad thing in the U.S.? I don't think it's a concern. Yes, people are going to get laid off. And I've heard it all over the place over the last couple of weeks. I don't listen to the news. I dig in and do my own work. I don't believe in listening to the media because I believe that's mostly propaganda. Whatever side you vote for, you can do that. I don't care. But the news today is largely propaganda and a scare tactic machine so that you fall in line. And I've never believed in that. The Bay Area has never listened to the media. You might have some people go, oh, I'm not going to buy a house now. I'm going to wait for the market to crash. I don't believe the market's going to crash, at least not here. We've seen the contraction, but I don't think we're going to see a crash. I don't think we're going to see it go down 10, 15%. I don't think we're going to see that. The volume of houses being sold are still pretty high up there. We're going to go into that, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday, just to take a look and see what's going on. but the numbers are still healthy here. And let me see if I can find this real quick. Let me bring this over so you can see it real quick. This is from Wells Fargo. Remember I was telling you, 4.875. I know it's not 2.5, but those days are long gone. You can get loans like Jumbo 30 fixed at 5.125 with 0.625. That's almost a half. That's just a little bit over a half a percent point or a half a point towards your loan balance to drop it down to 5.1. That's crazy, guys. There's nothing. I mean, those are normal rates. Those are rates that have been that have been normal for pretty much the entire 2010s, from 2010 to 2018, 2019. 4.5, 4.25 was really awesome, but we were buying houses then. I know, Vito, the houses are so much more expensive. People are making a lot more money, right? Oh, I'm fearing that I might lose my job. If you're an engineer, you're in demand, right? If you're working at Cisco, you can go to Google. If you go to Google, you can go to Apple, right? It doesn't matter. Those 10,000 job losses that are happening, people are aware of them. They're opting out, and a lot of time they get such a huge package that they can use that as a down payment for their next home. They get 6 months to a year severance plus a bonus plus. So it's not like they're getting wounded, and not everybody, right? Obviously, when you overhire, which is what happened, when you overhire, you have to cut the fat and get rid of the non-performing assets. And I understand that, right? That's the bottom 10%. You have that in any organization. It doesn't really matter. But typically an engineer, if you have a bachelor's degree as an engineer, a master's degree as an engineer, or a doctorate, you're in high demand. You can get a job tomorrow. You can call any of 500 recruiters out there and land a job tomorrow. So I understand that there's this big fear thing, that the market's doing this, and that eggs are in shortage, and that the stock market might crash. It absolutely is a possibility. Here in the Silicon Valley, in the Bay Area, I don't think we're going to see a massive crash. I don't think that we're going to see that. It might happen in St. Louis and Idaho and Las Vegas, where, you know, there's no real reason to be in Vegas unless you can telecommute, or, you know, you can get on your Zoom meetings and work out of your house. You can be anywhere, right? Austin and Las Vegas. And we talk about that on Thursdays at the inventory watch. We look at the inventory, right? So here's what you have to remember. Oh, where am I? Let me make sure I'm doing this right. I don't think we're going to see a crash. Here's why. I showed houses all Saturday. I had an open house, had somebody else cover it for me on Saturday. He had 7-8 sets of people come through. Of that, on Sunday, 2 or 3 of them came back. Friday, we showed the house to a set of buyers. Another agent brought him in, and they came back on Sunday. There's a lot of interest out there. People are buying houses. We just heard a story last weekend of a house in Dublin. One of our agents in the Compass office, he listed it at 999 or 980, whatever, under $1 million. He had 59 offers. 59 offers. You know what it went for? Let me get to this thing. A house in Dublin, 995, whatever that number was, 59 offers. That's way too many. Sold for 1.45. Houses are selling, guys. Houses are still selling. The volume has cut down to about 50, 60%, depending on the day and the week. But houses are selling, right? Are you going to get 50 offers? Not if you have it overpriced, and you know, it's just not going to happen. Okay, so the other thing too, I wanted to talk about this. Is your agent toxic? If you're watching this and you know who you are, yes, I'm talking about you. If you throw out a lowball offer, don't expect the seller to respond. Yeah. I wrote a lowball offer this weekend. I warned the agent on the other side, said, this is where we are. We're stretching it. I know it might be insulting, but I'm forewarning you. I'm not going to play, take it or leave it. When you come at me and throw down a lowball offer and I tell you that I presented the offer and then you complain that you don't get the house, you don't get to play with the other reindeers in the reindeer games. When you're told rewrite your offer, I tell you that I have 2 other offers in hand, and then I'm going to go with another offer right now. You're very welcome to rewrite and get into the game. But I told you when you write a lowball offer and you can't do it, you say take it or leave it, and you play hardball, you're going to get played hardball. And when you lose out, don't get butt hurt and act unprofessional and go around my back and talk to my broker. I have everything in writing showing that I did the right thing, and you're acting completely unprofessional. There are so many people in real estate right now, it gives us a bad name. There's a low barrier to entry. It's very easy to get your license. There's a high turnover because you have toxic, imbecilic agents out there that are barely trained. They don't know what they're doing. They go in, they think they can play hardball, and sometimes you can win that way. But if you're working with a seasoned professional, understand that there's a process. We have to do it our way. And you might think you're in control, but not when I have a listing and I know how to work it. So I'm sorry that you got your butt hurt. I'm sorry that you looked unprofessional, but there you go. If you're writing offers, like 15, 17 offers, and you're not getting your offer accepted, there's a reason. It's either you are continuing to not listen to your agent when they tell you to write a higher offer, or that agent is toxic. And that means that they're not working with the other agents on the other side. They have bad reputation, or they're just smarmy. And when you have an industry that is very, very regulated, but you have an organization like the National Association of Realtors and California Association of Realtors, who their only intention is to build a huge population of agents, they're going to slap wrists. And that means that there's going to be agents that don't do the right thing. So not out to name names. Believe me, that's just not how I run. But if you're going to be unprofessional, I'll come right at you. Don't think I won't. All right, guys. Didn't want to get too serious about that, but just make sure that if you're running with somebody and they're not doing the job you think they're doing, then think about it. All right. I think we're going to see this market come back in March. You're going to see this thing come back. We're seeing the inventory come up. Buyers are definitely out there. If you're thinking about selling your house, now's the time to get it ready for March, April, May. Give me a call, 408-705-6817. Let me see if I can pop that out there for you. Banners. 408-705-6817. All right. I'm Vito Scarnecchia with the Abitano Group, powered by Compass. We'll see you out there. Maybe I'll see you at the hike today. Who knows? If you're interested